Hi everybody, welcome to Book Talk. I'm Book Club Mom, and today this video is totally off the cuff. I have been thinking about it for a week, but I haven't really planned it out. But I've been thinking lately about, by the way, can you tell that these aren't real books? Because I would never want to lean against a bookshelf like this. It wouldn't be comfortable at all. But what I have been thinking about is if you've read the classics, a lot of classic literature, how much of it, especially if you read it years ago, maybe in college or just decades earlier, how much of it do you really remember? And so I started thinking about some of the books that I've read in college or just like I said, decades earlier. And I thought, oh my gosh, I don't remember that much about them, or I remember one thing. So I'm going to share with you some books that I basically remember just one thing about the book. And I would never be able to have a conversation with somebody. Oh yeah, I read that, and what about that theme, or how about this thing? I just wouldn't be able to. So I would definitely have to reread these books in order to have an intelligent conversation about them. So I have 4 of them here, and then I'm just going to talk about the 5th one because I don't have a copy. So hold on one sec. All right. So here are the books that I have that I read a long, long time ago. Although this one, well, I'll start with this one because I read it long time ago, and then I reread it because I remembered something about it that I wanted to just kind of get back to, and that is The Idiot by Dostoevsky. And the one thing that I remembered, and honestly, that's still the only thing I remember. I read it again about, over 10 years ago. And I think it's probably the only thing I remember. So, and I'm glad that it has like a little thing on the back because I wanted to be able to get the name right. So, Prince Myshkin. All I remember is that they were having some big ball. I mean, this is really pathetic. They were having some big ball, and his father said, now Prince Myshkin was an adult, but his father said, do not, whatever you do, let anything happen to that priceless vase that's on display. And I mean, I would have to reread this to confirm all of this, but of course the vase gets knocked over and it's destroyed. Now, if I'm getting that wrong, somebody let me know. But that is all that I remember about this book, which is really a shame because I remember liking it a lot. All right, so the next one. Okay. So I thought that I was remembering one book when really it was a different one. I read both of these in college, and this one, Of Human Bondage by William Somerset Maugham, and The Magic Mountain by Thomas Mann. So when I was thinking about this earlier this week, I thought, all I remember about Of Human Bondage was a sanatorium. And then I realized that, no, that has nothing to do with this book. It's The Magic Mountain, where the main character goes to a sanatorium to, and I'm assuming it's tuberculosis, but to recover from his illness. And that's all I remember of this. And I do remember, look at this. Here was my bookmark. This was our channel lineup. We were just talking about this at home. Channel lineup for our cable TV. We were just talking about this is from 1991, and I must have been using this as a bookmark. And how you don't get these anymore, like with your cable TV. And so if you only get a few channels, you still see all the channels that are possible. And then if you click say, oh, I'd like to watch that, and then you click on it or select it, it's like, well, you don't have that channel. So anyway, that's pretty funny that I had this as a bookmark. But so Of Human Bondage is out the window because I remember I read the back, so it does come back to me a little bit, but I couldn't have told you what it was about. And I do remember the character Mildred, so that's about it. So Magic Mountain and Of Human Bondage, they were right next to each other on my bookshelf too, which is kind of interesting. All right, War and Peace. So when I was a freshman in college, I took a class first semester freshman year called The Novel. And we read, oh my gosh, I just remembered this. We read War and Peace, and guess what? I'm pretty sure we read The Magic Mountain after we finished War and Peace. It doesn't sound exact. I'm gonna have to consult with a family member on that because I'm pretty sure my sister took this class too, called The Novel. I'll have to ask her. Anyway, so War and Peace, and we spent the bulk of the semester talking about this. And I honestly barely remember it. Now, that was a long time ago, but I barely remember it. And this is the book that I had in college. And I have things highlighted and little notes in the margins. And I would definitely have to reread this because I really, you know what I do remember about this book? I remember being a freshman and totally clueless, and this was my 8 a.m. class, first semester freshman year, and I would roll. My alarm would go off 7:30, 7:40, you know, and you'd push snooze, and I could see from my bed, if I looked out my window, I could see the building where my class was. And I used to just look out the window and see if lots of people were walking up into the building. And I'm pretty sure that my class was on the first floor. So very often, freshman year, I would just roll out of bed and walk down at 5 of 8 and walk into the classroom. So, oh, and then the last book that and this is really pathetic too, because Charles Dickens, Great Expectations, I didn't even read the whole book. I read an abridged version in a book in high school that we had on literature. And all I remember of Great Expectations was the character Pip, because my sister told me she was really into Dickens and she had studied it in college. And she, you know, was very excited that I was reading it. And she sent me all these notes on Great Expectations and told me that Pip means like a small seed. And so that's really all I remember of that. So anyway, I'm babbling. This video is going on a little too long, but I just thought I would talk about that. I hope you're doing well. I'm not even sure I said I was book club mom, but I am, of course. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And if you'd like to follow, that would be awesome. I also have a blog, and you can find the information on my blog and about how to follow my blog and all my social media down below. So I hope you're doing well. It's getting hot in our little area, and so summer is on the way. I'll see you next time.